Hi guys, in the latest episode of the ongoing and seemingly never-ending Petronas dispute, Sarawakian assemblyman, his name is Wilfred Yap, has demanded that Petronas show its book, basically show its accounting. For context, the Sarawak government legal advisor J.C. Fong had recently claimed that Petronas took 95% of Sarawak's oil and gas wealth, while leaving Sarawak just 5%, just chump change 5%. In retort, a bunch of people from Semenanjung, most notably Rafizi, had declared that the claim that Petronas took 95% of Sarawak's oil and gas wealth is baseless. Petronas, according to them, only took around 10 to 15%. The remaining 80 to 85% was spent as cost of business. And it is in response to this claim that Wilfred is asking for Petronas to show its books, show its accounting. That's what Wilfred is asking. Well, if you ask me, is Petronas going to show its book? My answer will be don't think so, right? Instead, what I think is going to happen is that somebody from Semenanjung, maybe somebody from a think tank or an NGO, or maybe just some guy with a podcast is going to reply to Wilfred's demand by saying that, hey, if you want Petronas to show its book on how it used Sarawak's oil and gas, Sarawak should also show its book on how Sarawak used the 96 billion that Petronas gave to Sarawak. Basically, the idea is the mutually assured destruction strategy, or the MAD strategy, also known as the those who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones principle. Basically like nuclear deterrence. It's like you got a nuclear bomb, you got a nuclear bomb, you don't attack me, I don't attack me, we both live, right? So basically, you don't show your accounts, you don't ask me to show your accounts, I don't ask you to show my accounts, both of us will survive, right? But if you ask me to show my account, I'm going to ask you to show your account, and then we might unleash something that will bring ruin to all of us. Now, I know a lot of people, especially from Sarawak, who believe that they can solve the problem of how to share the wealth of Sarawak's oil and gas by pouring through documents, getting MPs to debate about it in Parliament, getting an army of lawyers to give their 2 cents worth on such things like MA 63 OMO Oil and Mining Ordinance of 1958, or the PDA Petroleum Development Act of 1974. Maybe get a battalion of academics, historians, maybe even go through some records in UK, get from what the British said, and speculate on what Tunku wanted, or what Stephen Kalong Ninkan said, or what Rahman Yaakob or Abdul Rahman Yaakob meant. But I'm not really at all sanguine at the prospect that this will bring a resolution to the dispute. I really don't think that the Petronas dispute is the sort of dispute that will be settled by debates or discussions or coming to an agreement. I don't think so. It's because we are talking about a great deal of money here, and money is something that everybody wants. So it's not the nature of people just to give away things that they already have, which they also want for themselves, to others just on the basis of debates. This is just not the way the world works. If this was the way the world works, it will be employees, it will be workers who would have the bulk of the corporation's wealth, not the owners, not the bosses. This is just not the reality. The reality is the owners and the bosses have the bulk of the corporation's wealth, not the workers, not the employees. If you think you deserve more of the wealth that your group generated than some other people in your group, you are going to have to take the issue up with somebody that is more powerful than your group. You can't just ask the other guy to give it to you. You must approach somebody that is more powerful than you. In business, if you have a dispute with your partner, for example, about your share of the business, maybe you think you deserve more, right? For some reason, you work more, you have put more money, or taken more risk, whatever it is, you think you deserve a bigger share of the wealth that your business is making. If you have this dispute, you have to there's someone more powerful that you have to approach, who might rule in your favor. It's basically the courts lah. If the courts decide in your favor, it can force your group to give you a bigger share of the business. In the case of Petros and Petronas's dispute, I'm not sure who is this someone more powerful that Sarawak or Petros can go to present their case and to appeal for a bigger share of the wealth. Is it the courts? Is it United Nations perhaps? Is it the International Court of Justice? Who does Petros and Sarawak go to in order to force Putrajaya to give it a bigger share of the wealth? The only more powerful someone that Sarawak and Petronas could probably appeal to is likely our court, but the fact that Sarawak and Petros have been hesitating, has not approached the court for a long time. I think this case has been a long time, since I think should be decades already, right? That the fact that they still haven't gone to court should tell us that they might not think that they will get what they want by taking up the matter to the courts. So how now, brown cow? What if there is no someone more powerful that Petros and Petronas can approach to settle the dispute in their favor? How? What do you do then? Well, the answer is actually quite simple. Then you have to settle the dispute yourself. What does that mean? Settle the dispute yourself. It means if Sarawak and Petros want their oil and gas dispute with Putrajaya to be settled in their favor, Sarawakian parties must come out of their comfort zone and participate in the politics of Sabah and Semenanjung. That's what it means. If Sarawak gains against Putrajaya in Sabah or in Semenanjung, then, only then, will it be able to force Putrajaya to give it what it wants. It is the same way with employees also. You will never be able to force the owners, the employers, or the bosses to give you a bigger share of the company's wealth. No matter how much you talk, no matter how much you debate, no matter how much paperwork you provide them, until you show them that you are strong enough to hit their bottom line, or maybe shut down their operations, basically go on strike. Until then, your employers, your bosses will keep on telling you that the company is actually not making money. Also, even if the bosses, even if the owners, they are buying new yachts, they are buying a new Bentley, they will still say, hey, you know what, company is not doing well. We are not making money. We don't have money. If we had money, we'll give it to you, but we don't have it. But they will buy yachts, but they will buy Bentleys. They will buy new mansions. But when it's time to give you money, suddenly the company won't have money. They'll also probably just tell you that the bosses, the owners have been very fair to the workers and given the workers much more than they deserve, and that the workers will actually be grateful to the boss for taking care of them and looking after their welfare. In the same way, I'm quite sure, I won't say 100% because I will say 99%, I won't say 100%. Okay, I'm 99% sure that until Sarawak makes headway, maybe even wins in Semenanjung or in Sabah, politically, no matter what reason, what logic, no matter how thick the paperwork it uses to ask for the greater share of its oil and gas right, the answer it will get is that Petronas is not making money, although Petronas might be capable of building tall skyscrapers, the tallest skyscrapers in the world. We can even build, even if Petronas is capable of building an entire city like Putrajaya, for example, Petronas will still say, hey, I got no money, man, we're not doing well here. Or that Petronas actually has been very fair to Sarawak, because Petronas has given Sarawak 96 billion ringgit. That's very fair, isn't it? We've given you a lot of money. Or that Sarawak should be grateful to Petronas and Putrajaya for taking care of them and looking after their welfare. You should be grateful. You should not be asking for more money. Instead, you should be grateful. This is the type of thing that Sarawak can expect to hear. So you just wait and see. I think this is what's gonna happen. So anyway, That's all I have for you in this episode. As always, I hope you stay safe and have a good day, guys. I'll thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in the next episode. Bye bye.